Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Sorry, still got a little bit of a lingering cough. Well, cold. I was better for about 2 weeks and getting a little stuffy again. This year's colds and coughs are horrible. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Lori and Brenna and Megan. If you are hopping on, I see we have quite a few up there starting to hop on, and you see the red live right here. That means you are catching me live. So just give a hello, give a thumbs up, let me know you're here, you're able to see me, the connection's good. I know we've had some windy days here. However, today seems to be pretty calm, which is a good thing. I see the south got hit pretty hard with some tornadoes. Horrible. But here in Pennsylvania, we had a few windy days. We had some really nice days. Actually, this week's going to be in the 50s for January. That's awesome. Good morning. All right. Okay, so I'm just going to give it a few more seconds and see who pops on. So just give me a minute and I will be right back. Okay, let's get this party started. All right, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. I see my daughter Shy is on as well. Good morning, Shy. I'm sure my grandchildren are in the background. And if Caden and Camden is watching, good morning, Caden. Morning, Camden. So Shy is my daughter. She does a lot of the mock-ups, and she is doing some designing as well. And I'm gonna talk about that in a minute from her. Oh, they are. So they're probably, good morning, grandbabies. So the boys are, I'm sure, probably watching and yelling, because whenever I'm live and my grandchildren are watching, they're yelling to me, thinking we're on FaceTime, because I FaceTime them a lot. Gotta love new technology where it's not just a phone call anymore. You can actually talk to your grandchildren. So, okay, so these frames are what we are going to be working on today. I know they're a little hard to show photo-wise just because of they're mirrored, but I hope you can get it. Look how beautiful these frames are. These are everything that I thought they would be and more. You know, when I get some sublimation items, sometimes, Camden and Caden's calling Gaga. That's what my two youngest grandchildren call me, Gaga. So when I order things, I take a huge chance because it might be something that I've never even pressed before or even did. And I'm like, hey, this is a good deal. I'm going to pass this off to you guys as well. And this was one of them. I was a little nervous when they had messaged me and phone called me from UPS and said, hey, we got a freight flat coming for you on a skid, because I had ordered so many of these. I have 475 of these. So I was a little nervous when I was like, oh no, what did I get myself into? But I'm glad I did. These are awesome. My husband is currently right now at the post office. I got 350 of them right now, all boxed up this weekend, and he is actually at the post office, and whoever already paid for their invoices and got their shipping information, I've already got those sent out. So there's a package. He is delivering them right now to the post office. And those should update probably later this evening. You should probably be able to see them traveling. So just for you guys that already got your shipping info that I printed, and it's your shipping label, it's at the post office right now being probably entered in, because my post office, as soon as I bring them in, they start going ahead and scanning them. So they're pretty quick at this post office. I ship between 2 of them. Sometimes I go to one that's about 2 miles down the road, and then sometimes I head to another one. The other one, it doesn't update usually until the next day, but this one down here is really quick. So again, here we go, the mirrored frames. So they are beautiful. So most of these all went priority. Every single frame when I ship them, so you should have yours within 2-3 days max. So that's how that's gonna go. Okay, so that was one of the frame designs that I had did, and these do sit vertical or horizontal. And then here was another frame. This is my grandbaby. This is the one probably watching me calling me Gaga. This is our little Caden. We call him Cada Bear. So this is him. So these do sit horizontal or vertical, which I love. Okay, so these are how these come. They all come individually boxed to you. So this is really nice for shipping. They come. I had a phone call coming through. Am I back? Okay, I'll give it a second. Okay, am I back live again? Sorry, I had a phone call coming in, and when I get a phone call, it interrupts. I've tried to put it on airplane mode, but every time I put it on airplane mode, it won't let me go live, which is strange. Okay, great. So these are coming individually boxed. This is how they come, so they make them great for shipping. Just once again, the stand is right here. This is how it's held up. This is what makes it sit up. You can use a separate easel. If you have a decorative easel, you could probably easily do that. We'll go over that when we get this together. So they're individually wrapped, and these are what they look like prior to pressing them. Okay, just a completely white background. All right, and I do have 2 currently designs, and I got 2 more to add that I finished up this morning that I'm going to add in my designs. This can be printed as a full print if you want to do a full print, or it could be used as the way that I've done them in these ones, where I just kind of did an outer frame. And I have this one and the red buffalo plaid currently in my shop. And I have 2 more that I did this morning. One's for Valentine's Day, and then one is like a faux leather look, which we're gonna do today. Okay, so this is how they come. They're ready for sublimation. They're ready to go. As you can see, it's got the mirror already. My phone is going crazy. Oh, my husband's watching. Good morning. Morning, hubby. So he was down at the post office. Hopefully he got all those delivered. All those ready. Okay, so this is how it's coming. All right, a few tips on these before I forget. When my first 2 that I brought here, I cracked. So because they are all glass, okay. So the husband said he delivered all the packages, so yay, the packages will be down there. They're already probably starting to process them. Okay, so my first 2 that I bought, that I started, I cracked. And the reason that I cracked them was, and I realized it after, they were cold. So when you're going to do these frames, you need to make sure they are room temperature. I had brought them in from outside because whenever they deliver skids, they don't do no stairs, which I was like, how are we going to get this up to my porch? And he's like, we're not. So they literally laid the skid on my front street, and I had to take each box up and into the house. So they sat outside, some of them, and of course they were on the freight truck, so they were cold. So glass and heat, as you know, does not mix. It will crack. So I had to wait until the next morning and warm these up. They had to become room temperature. So that's most important. Make sure these are room temperature. Okay. Another important thing is your image. We're used to when we print. This is a frame that I have a design that I have coming into my shop later. You do not have to mirror your print. We are so used to mirroring our images that when I did it, or some of us have them even preset into our design programs to just mirror. These don't have to be mirrored. They shouldn't be mirrored. These go on as a regular print, okay? Can we pre-press to help? No. Lori just asked, can we pre-press these to help warm it up? No. I did that, and I cracked the third frame just by trying. So really what you need to do is you just need to let these warm up room temp. Even bringing it in and pre-pressing it, it did not do it. It still cracked my frame. So basically you're going to let these warm up to room temperature. Okay, so do not reverse your image. All right, so another important, I had to write these down because these are things that I had forgot about. This right here is where your stand's going to be. You need to watch this. So meaning if this is vertical, make sure this is on the bottom, not up here, because when you print it out, oh geez, okay, sorry, my camera fell. Okay, we're back. Sorry, my camera fell. Let me get it back again. Okay, so watch this little guy here. This is where your stand's going to go in. I had quite a few mess ups with this. So this is all things that I've learned that I'm going ahead and showing you now. Make sure it's not up here if you're doing a vertical, because when you go to stand this up in the wrong spot, you're going to have it up here. That means you're going to have to just go ahead and get an easel and then put the little dot up here just for a filler. So make sure when you're pre-pressing, watch where this is. You're going to want this along the bottom, never up here and never up there, okay, on your print. All right, so those are the three major things right now that I needed to remind you guys of before I forgot. Next is use a pressing pillow. These absolutely are going to require a pressing pillow. You're going to need that little bit of cushion when you're doing these. And I've had a few people ask me about the pressing pillows. So I know for a lot of you that catch my lives, you know which one I use. This is the Cricut brand. And I get this simply from, I think this one, Michael's, Amazon sells them, Hobby Lobby sells them. This is the Cricut brand pressing pillows. They come in, I think, 3 different sizes with them. This is the 12 by 12. It's probably my most used and my absolute favorite. I have a 16 by 20 that I use on my bigger press downstairs for bigger items. I use this so much. I use it for my fabrics. I use it for my fragile items. I have a clamshell press, and this tends to help with getting my pressure a little bit more even. For those of you that have a clamshell, you know that the front is a little bit off compared to the back, just for the way it closes. There's more pressure toward the back than there is the front, and this does help to even that out. So I always suggest using a pressing pillow. For the longest time, I did not use one of these, and I'm telling you, this was probably one of the best things I've ever made purchasing with sublimation, because it really helps a lot with my clamshell and with getting pillows pressed correctly, getting that where you have seams and stuff. This raises it up above it. This really helps getting better. So Cricut brand I love. You can make them. A lot of people sell them on Etsy. They make them, they sell them. That's fine. Just get a good pressing pillow. So with this, pressing pillow down. Then butcher paper. Another good buy. You can buy a big roll. Sam's Club, my local Sam's Club has it, GFS, and somebody said Costco also has it, I'm not sure. But I know that Sam's Club and Gordon Food Services, GFS, they have them. You can get about 1,000 feet of butcher paper for around $20 to $25. That's my local cost. I don't know, yours might be up, might be down. Okay, so pressing pillow, butcher paper. Now, when I do this, you know, like I said, do not mirror this print. We are just going to simply do this. I'm going to watch for my little dot. I'm just going to line it up on here. And the nice thing is about this, you can see a little bit through this, so you can almost see your image coming through whether or not it's lined up as well. The frames that the designs that I have that I'm doing for these, they match up perfectly. So I'm going to try to show you guys this without moving it. See how you can see the image a little bit through there? So you're able to go ahead and see that. So you can see at least a little bit on this if it's lining up. Sorry, let me get this straight again. And then just make sure you use heat tape. Tape this down very well. All right. Now the pressing instructions with these said to press it with the paper on the bottom and up. I didn't like the way it turned out so well, so I am doing mine upside down like we most of the time do with our items. So just put that on the pressing, on your pressing pillow on top of the butcher paper, okay? And then another sheet of butcher paper. And then I'll tell you what I did use, and I liked my silicone heat pads. This one you can see has really been used. However, though, I have the butcher paper in between, so I'm not transferring any images. You can find these. These are silicone placemats that you can find right on Amazon. You can get a 5-pack for, I want to say, a little over $10. These are just listed as silicone placemats that will, hot pads that can go up to 400 degrees. So then I place that literally over top of the butcher paper, and then all it's doing is really just containing that heat. And then I do butcher paper again. This is 400 degrees, 270 seconds, okay? And then like a light medium pressure, and like I said, these are glass, so you really got to adjust this just right, because sometimes too little of pressure is not good. I just readjusted this morning. It's hard for me to tell, so we're gonna see. We're winging this morning because I was doing some other items. I had it set perfect, and then I had to do some other items here. But what I did, because I have a clamshell, and the back seemed to heat and get better pressing than the front, because I'm only doing like a light medium pressure on this. It's 270 seconds. I did 135, and then halfway through, I'm literally going to turn my image to try to even that out. It seemed to work really well on my other frames. So if you have a clamshell, you might need to do that. I found that worked better for me, because my back part was getting, I wish I had saved them, I didn't. They were getting the heat and the front wasn't getting it as well, so I had an uneven press on it. So I'm just literally halfway through, I'm gonna turn it. I think that's it. These are really super easy to do once you kind of work the kinks out. So hopefully I worked the kinks out enough for you guys to give you, some of the advice that you need, some little tips and tricks. Like I said, my first two I cracked because they were cold, so then I had to wait the next day. Then all said and done, I probably went through about 8 to 10 of these until I finally was like, haha, that's it. So, we're gonna see. Lori asked 400 degrees, 260 seconds. Yes, but like I said, I got a clamshell. So what I did is 400 degrees, I'm doing 135, turning, doing another 135. Just to try to get this a little bit more even. Okay, so we're halfway through. Now I'm not really going to touch anything because I don't want to move anything with this. I'm going to literally take all of my paper and I'm going to just turn it. let me tell you, with these, this is a glass frame, you are absolutely going to need gloves. Okay, so we're going down for another 135, or yeah, 135. Okay, so, you know, with these being glass, I always suggest give yourself, even with any substrate, give yourself 1 or 2 for that oops moment, because you're gonna have them. So always give yourself a few extra to play with. There's been a few items that I've been like from the very beginning, from the first one on, I just pressed perfectly. There's a few that I'm like, I gotta work the kinks out of this one, or, you know, it's a learning process. Not everything works out the first time. And that's why when I print, I always do 2 prints of something. Because more than likely I'm gonna probably come back and have to redo it. So we'll see. Heat gloves. If you're new to sublimation, get yourself a pair of heat gloves. I actually need to go get a new pair of gloves because I ordered these ones off of Amazon a while ago. And sometimes the part that I don't like is I gotta watch where I touch because it's got this blue coating to it, and this blue coating transfers. A lot of times it wipes off, but I'm just gonna go get an UV glove because they work. So, and it doesn't have any coatings. It's a high learning process, everyone. It really is. Sublimation, a lot of people, for those of you that are new, come in thinking, oh, I'm just gonna do a print and I'm gonna press this on something. No, it doesn't work like that. Sublimation has a lot of learning curves to it. It's not like vinyl. Vinyl was so easy to just pick up some vinyl, heat press. No, sublimation doesn't work that way. Sublimation does not like cotton. It really likes polyester, first off. So your cotton t-shirts that you got, unless you're gonna be using a Subliflex, or I have not used that yet, so I don't know. Some people use dye press, haven't used that. Unless you're gonna use something for coating your cotton, it doesn't work. And all of your sublimation items have to be specifically coded for sublimation. So you're not going to be able to go to the Dollar Tree and grab a dollar mug. It's not going to work. All right, moment of truth here. Okay, all right, this is where you need your gloves. Like I said, these get hot. And there we are. Look how pretty these are. I mean, these are stunning when they're printed. I'm starting to get some of this glove on us. It's okay though, because this is glass and it will go off, so I can just wipe it off. But I definitely got to get a new pair of gloves. These are just not working for sublimation so well. Okay, once again, we are going to show this, okay. And there you go. All right, I hope you can all see. Look, I mean, these just turn out stunning. This is my granddaughter. I had got her a pair of shoes one year for her birthday. For play shoes. They were just, I found them at Walmart. They were cute little girls' dress-up shoes, and I figured, oh, she could use them for play. They were actually like wearable shoes. That's the back. And she just loved them so much she would wear them everywhere. They were going out to dinner, and she had decided she was wearing these. And she's 5 years old. I think she was 4 in this picture, but I love this picture of her. Just so grown up. So there you go. Very easy. Hopefully I was, worked out the kinks for you guys and gave you some tips that will help. And then what I do is, which I didn't set up, I just take these, do not dip these in water. I know everybody does that with the mugs. Do not dip these in water. Do not dip them at all. take them and set them on, you can set them on your granite countertop. I use a cookie sheet, a cookie cooling rack, and I just set them face down because you don't really want to touch the image yet. So I just set them face down, let them cook. Is this a mirror? It's got mirrored parts to it, yes, as you can see. Like the frames, part of the frame is mirrored, so it's stunning when it's done. So let me set this aside. Okay, I got one more I'm going to go ahead and print and press with you guys. Always get yourself new butcher paper when you're pressing. That's why, you know, it's best to use the butcher paper because it's inexpensive. All right. So as you all know, I did this on a frame, on a mug the other day, but this is one of my favorite pictures of my grandchildren because we had all 7 grandchildren here, which is very uncommon, especially at this age. We were keeping them contained on the couch. This was at mine and my husband's 25th anniversary. So this is a favorite, and I'm going to put it on a frame because I do not have it in my house yet. So again, this is not mirrored, so don't mirror your print. And then my biggest thing is I tend to forget about this a lot, so I'm going to remember it today. I think I was just getting so excited whenever I was going to press these, I kept forgetting about that little stand for it. As soon as the other one cools, we're going to go ahead and assemble it for you, just to show you how it goes together, but I got to let it cool for a second. And then we're just going to put this on, and we are going to tape this down. Alright, so pressing pillow, butcher paper. As you can see, like I said, you can usually see part of your image coming through, so it does help a little bit because then you can be like lining that up. And then the print face down, or the print on top. Butcher paper. And then I do love this. I just, with the slates and I think this glass, it could be my imagination, but I think it holds the heat in better. And then butcher paper again. So 135 seconds. All right. Is there a template available? I do have a few templates in my shop, but there was no template with this, and I'll tell you why. Because you do not have to do a frame like this. You don't have to incorporate that into your design if you don't want to. You could take a whole 7x9 print and you could print the whole back if you want. Yes, it's going to be, you know, portions of this is going to not show the print in the print because you're going to have parts of it that's going to be mirrored because this is built into the design, the mirror. But it looks nice with a whole print. I was actually going to do, I don't know why I didn't print that out like that. I think because my print didn't work right. But so they didn't have a template with this, at least not that I found. So I will tell you, this is a 4x6 print, just a little under 4x6 that this holds, if that helps you. So let me go check on, let me see. You would love the glass frames. That stands. They are huge. Oh, I probably would. There's a few other frames that I'm looking into that I'm probably gonna do. So the design's 7x9, yes. And then the picture is 4x6. So the whole frame is 7 by 9, and the picture in the middle is 4 by 6. Approximately, give or take a little. Okay. If I happen to miss your questions, I know, or comments, I know I only get about 3 to 4 comments scrolling because I'm using a phone. So if I didn't get it and you need to ask it, you can ask it again. Sometimes you might have to ask it because if it's scrolling too fast for me, it'll pass me up before I get to it. Oh, they look so big on camera. No, these are only 7 by 9. So, yeah. All right, so once again, that was 135 seconds, but we're going to turn it again because it needs 270. I probably don't need these. So I'm just going to make a full 180 with this. Just because I have a clamshell and I want it to be more of an even pressure. And the back with the clamshell, the back tends to get a little bit heavier press than the front, so I just found that with these, I turned them. And you probably could do that with some photo slates if anybody's having a hard time with the photo slates. I don't. My pressing pillow, usually it gets enough with the silicone pad over it that it tends to not give me any problems. But with these frames, it kind of did. Where can you purchase? Are you meaning the frames? If you, Evelyn, there is a post here on my group page that I have some frames. It's the frame post, so go ahead and purchase them. So find that post, go ahead and comment. I know there's a few on there that I still got to invoice, and then I don't know exactly how many I have left. I got to go through what I have to get out today that's already been purchased and that have been paid. I do have about 10, I think 12 as this morning that haven't been paid, and I'm going to go ahead and message or tag those people, and if they don't get paid, I'm going to cancel them probably later today just to go ahead and get to those that do want them. Yes, the frames are here in a post. Go ahead and put down how many you'd like. They're $5 each plus shipping, and everything's in that post. Okay, so you said they looked really big on camera. Does this help a little bit more, better, to give you kind of a, but of course when you get them up close, okay. So that gives you a little bit more perspective. They're 7 by 9 frames, and they are vertical, horizontal. Oh, geez. I guess I do not have my camera up correct. Okay, guys, getting dizzy with me here. That's the second time this morning, so. Sorry, I don't have my camera propped good enough. Okay, it's Monday. Welcome to Monday. Okay. And I'll have all this information. I'll try to have it all when we're done here. I'll go ahead and repost some of this. Wear gloves. This heats up the whole glass, and this is hot. Very, very, very hot. This is 400 degrees hot. So gloves are very important for this. All right, moment of truth. That moment that's always so scary. And this is another one of the designs I have. It's like a faux leather. But I liked it because we were kind of sitting on the leather couch. So I did a faux leather for this print. Okay. But I mean, these turn out stunning. And these would be beautiful, beautiful, beautiful for Valentine's gifts. Mother's Day's coming up. I do have a few designs where I'm going to do the frame that might have some things like I love mom in it, things like that. So I'm working on that right now. But these would be stunning to give for Mother's Day, Easter, Valentine's Day. So, you know, any occasion, a picture with a personal frame, picture in it, a frame with a personal picture is always a gift that is appreciated, is loved. No one's ever said, I can't believe you gave me a frame with a picture in it. So if you're always looking for that go-to gift, these are perfect. All right, I am gonna check and see if the other one's cool enough to hold down. Let's get this out of the way. Okay, this is cool again. See, these don't take long to cool off. Please do not dip these in water. They will crack. Okay, so in your, where do we get these? I have a post for these, Sasha, that you can find here in the group page, and you can find the frames here. So I do have some left. I don't have a lot. I sold mostly, I started the sale on, I think, Friday, and like 80% of them are gone. So go ahead and get in on that post, and then you'll find them. Put your name down, and I'm going to go down the list until I sell out. Okay, so here is the stand that was in the that comes right in with this. This is included, and then what this is, it is just a little like a little bezel diamond kind of jewel. You're just going to pop that through the front. And this screws into the back, the little leg. And make sure you do it tightly. It's gonna seem like it's not so tight or tight right away, but do it until it tightens up. And that's it. And like I said, if you want, you can always just have your own, you can get your own easel. And I would suggest if you do that, because there's gonna be a little hole in the bottom and you didn't want that to show, you can always get a little charm to put there, and maybe E6000 it on, goop glue, anything like that, the Gorilla Glue, super glue, and you could cover that hole easily. I've seen some really pretty charms, or if you want, you can just use this bezel here, jewel, and you can just glue it there, and then just maybe not put the back on if you don't want, and put that in the easel, and then that way that's always available if somebody wants to go ahead and use the peg and screw it in. But if you want to cover that hole, you know, there's probably so many pretty charms out there that you could put in that corner. Okay. So that's it. I mean, they cool down so quickly. They're beautiful when they're finished. I see my husband's just pulling in. So that's it. Look how beautiful. Perfect gifts. And I will say, let me give you a tip if you want to do these at a craft show. These would be beautiful at a craft show. I guess my neighbor's phone is beautiful. Oh, he is. Sorry. These would be nice to do right on hand if somebody has it. If you want to do a made to order at a craft show. I know some people like to do that. I'm one of those people that I will do made to order items right at the craft show. So what you can do is you can have your computer set up there. They can email you or message you a photo if they have it on their phone. Now, the better quality of the photo, the better quality the print. Okay, so just so that you know that. If you've ever done ornaments or any prints like that, the better quality, the photo. So say like if I was to go and take a photo off of Facebook, grab someone's photo out of Facebook. It's not the best quality as the person who actually has the image that took the photo themselves. But you can use it. Don't get me wrong, because I have. But I'm just saying though, just remember that as the quality, as the photo is being put into multiple places, the photo becomes not as crisp as the original. Also, before I forget, when you do a photo, lighten your photo up a little bit, because sublimation tends to sometimes make your photo print darker, so you don't want that. So what I do is I take my photo that I have, and I'll just use in my program, my Photoshop, I'll just lighten and brighten it a little bit, just a little bit. You don't want to overwash it, but you don't want it to I've noticed that the original prints tend to get too dark sometimes when I'm printing them in sublimation. I don't know why, they just do. They don't print as light, a photo. So what I do is I just take the photo and I lighten it up slightly in my program. But if you want to do this at a craft show, all you need to do is have your computer there, and then just have them email you the print. You can print it out, and then you can actually print right on spot if you want to do that. These can easily go for $20. So there's a nice margin for profit for you. So 20, 25 bucks for sure. These are really pretty. They would be perfect for craft shows, or just even if you have an Etsy shop, whatever. These are easy $20, so nice profit margin. Okay. Hold on one second. I'm gonna see if my other one, okay. And this one here is actually ready to handle too. So it doesn't take them long to cool down. All right, so let me go ahead and get the stand on that. These are super easy. That's it, guys. You take your printer and press to show. Yes. I would be one that I would absolutely print and press right on spot. You want to get people to your shop. You want people to come over. You want to do something different at a craft show. Print on demand and press on demand at a craft show. You'll be surprised at the line of people you have lining up. And you know, they always say a crowd brings a crowd. So that's what you want to do at a craft show. You want a line of people, you want a crowd gathering to you, because people are going to be like, what does she have over there? What does he have over there that I got to go see and I got to get? So absolutely. Print and press right on the spot. Yeah, I live dangerously. Yeah, it's super simple to do at a craft show. You know, you've got everything there. So your electric's there. You know, just take your heat press and print and press. Okay. Does anybody have any other questions, any comments before I am going to I'll share this with you guys, and then I'm going to try to go ahead and post some links to my shop where you can get some of the designs at, the frame designs, where you can get the silicone heat mats at. Could someone show how to set up printer and press? Polly, let me say that usually wherever you got there's tons of videos on YouTube. That's how I learned to do mine. But where I got my inks at from InkPro, inkproducts.com, he has an awesome video for putting for doing his cartridges. So a lot of times wherever you got your ink from, they should have a video for that. Use USB? Yes, you can use your USB. How do we get Wi-Fi for hookup at the crafts? That's it, at the craft store. Do a direct hookup. Just literally have a setup for you that you are going to be able to have your printer hooked in with your USB cord, print it, and you can be able to print, press, boom, right there at a craft show. Sorry, I meant at the show. Could someone show how to set up printer and press at the show? I don't know like how you mean it, but it would just be like as if you were at home. You're going to do your printer. You're going to take your computer and literally hook it in with the cable, so a USB cable. I hope that's what you meant, Polly. Sorry. Okay. So simple, easy, a good markup, a good profit margin for these. And I'm going to try to put everything in there. If you're looking for the frames, I do have a post for them. I don't know how many I'm going to have left. Like I said, there was a few this morning that I didn't get a chance to get to also do. But go ahead and put your name on that post only. Do not order anywhere else. Don't give a separate, because I'm not looking at other places. That's how I stay organized. I have too many things going on in this head to be like, because I'm scatterbrained. So I try to keep everything in one post. Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you, Yolanda. So just set up the part. So just set up as part of your display. Actually, Polly, when I would do this, I would not set this up as my display. I would have my frames out, some sample frames out. So maybe you want to narrow it down to a full photo or a few of the items with different designs. So say, you have this design offered, name it. That way that it could be, photo frame number 1, a full photo frame number 2, however you want. Set out some of your displays. Some of your items may be pressed, ready to go as a display. And then say ready, print on demand, press on demand, however you want to say it. And then you go ahead and they can order it that way. Say, I like this frame, I like this design, let me send you a picture, and then print and press right on demand right there. Okay. So that's how I would probably do it. And then I'd have my printer, my computer, and my press probably sitting behind my actual display that people are looking at. So my display table would be in front. In the back, I'd have a little setup where I would be able to print and press. And personally, I would be doing the printing and pressing in the back, and I would probably have somebody there helping me with doing, if you can get the help. If not, you could do both, where you could get someone doing the, the ordering right here at the front. Okay. Thank you, Yolanda. All right, everybody. So, as always, if you have any other questions, if you missed this, you can go ahead and message me. Sometimes things go to my other messenger, and I tend to forget a lot of times because it doesn't alert me to check that. So unless I get an alert to my regular messenger, I don't know why Facebook does that, it'll go to my other messenger, and then I won't see it until I get an alert to my regular messenger, and I'm like, oh, I got 3 or 4 of there. So if you have a message and you've messaged me and I didn't answer you, sometimes you can just, put a little post out here, Shar, and tag me in it, I messaged you. Because sometimes it goes to my other messenger. But if you have any questions, any concerns, anything like that, you can always message me, and I'll try to help you out as best as I can. All right, everybody. Happy Monday. I am currently working on some other designs for Valentine's Day coming up for the kids using, excuse me, let me get down here, sorry. If everybody remembers the Scrabble towels, I got another cute little design geared toward Valentine's Day for the kids. So this is coming up. I'm going to probably just go ahead and make a little post on this in either tomorrow and maybe even do a small little video to show you what I got for this. I got to finish it up. So for the kids for Valentine's Day to take to school to give away as their Valentine. So these turn out really cute. And I have another item I'm currently working on. I might do another video this week. Okay. Barbara, I'm going to post this. I'm going to finish this up now, and then I'm going to share this, and then you can catch the replay. So if you are hopping on as a replay and you're catching this as a replay, just hashtag replay. I'd like to see how many people actually catch me afterwards and watch them. And I do have a lot of other videos. They're in the videos file. So if you're looking, go through there and see if there's anything that maybe that you need to look for, that you need help with. It might be in the video file. Okay, everybody. Now that I'm talking a mile a minute, So, all right, I am heading out. Everybody have a great week, and happy Monday, and I will see you probably later this week.